Okay, folks, and we're back in Grim Dawn again, and I'm starting a new build. This one's a little less powerful, although it may get to being powerful a little bit later on. And it's called the Adversary uh, for its class name. When you combine the two classes, as you see them be again, it takes the Anchorite first, and then you go into Warfare at level 10. Okay, and I've been putting points, as you can see, into various things, and I'll just kind of walk you through this. This is sort of a passive thing that does uh, damage on your attacks. Okay, you get 28% chance for that to happen, you know. And I'll put more points into these as I go. But what I wanted to do was get this ability here, this little fly or tree or flew or whatever, and go right along here. Now I didn't take this because didn't want less damage. Now I may try it, okay, because it does 3 to 6 missile fragments, right? And it's like a rainbow thing. It's one of the things that I thought, well, usually you don't do this in games because then you're doing, because some monster is going to have some resistance to something, so then you won't do as much damage. But there's always that one boss that you're sitting there wailing on and you needed a second ability. Well, this one, does physical damage to start, and then there's elemental, and then there's aether, and then there's an ability up where with there's some other stuff in here too, and then there's this here, which adds, like all these add things to damage, like it's just nuts, right? So when you see, you go over here and I go into here, right? Right? Okay, first of all, let's turn this on. And then this on. Right? Then you see it's got literally all kinds of damage. So I'm kind of wondering how I'm going to do a build for it, because you look at that, you see acid, lightning, and physical are the main things, right? So you've got some choices. This is a real good class to play with because you got lots of things to do, right? And the kicker is, once you get to, maxing all this out a bit more, then I start moving this bar across, right? That'll increase the physical and attack speed, right? Right? And as you go along here, there's a toggle ability, right, which will give you some extra physical damage, right, when it's near you. Same there. And then there's, what's this one? There's some other stuff in here. See, this was another toggle ability that gives you crazy amounts of physical, but it's a dual wield ability. This one isn't, and you might take this one because you've already got bleeding stuff, so yeah. Right? There's things to do in here. There's a couple. So this is like the end complement stuff that really add to it. There's a couple neat things in this class. I just wanted to try and make one with it that was kind of a neat thing. Right? And then, like I said, I'm going to try and do as many builds for this as possible. And it's so that you have different play styles and different things like that. And remember, if you really wanted to get into the game more, see, I do a lot of classes where you're using the mouse, and that's all you really need. If you got into using the keyboard and your numbers at the bottom, you could put skills down here that pop as well. And then you get into complex, interactions. But the reason I don't do that a lot is because it's quicker to just have a toggle on that will do something rather than reaching over to a keyboard, hitting it, or a controller, because this is in the Xbox store. Mind you, this mod is not, okay? Like it's supposed to come to the Game Pass in November for Xbox, and then about a week later it comes to PC. That's supposedly, right? That's just the rumor I got a while back. And there's a couple other games that I could mention, but you know, whatever. That's subjective. That's a long time out. Let's see here. So let's just do a little quickie walk. I'll show you how good the guy is. I'll turn up the difficulty in a minute. See, nothing, all those types of damage. That's the one thing I like about it. The problem is it doesn't kill things quick enough. Like that guy, having a problem. I'm just crap. Go away. See, now at level 30 I haven't re-geared it. That's another thing. I've got mostly, well, that one's alright. See, I gotta get some better weapons too. That's another thing. I gotta go through all this and get money and do the epic thingy, token thingy and stuff like that. I was doing a lot of loot running the last few days. This guy, you know, he has potential. You know? Keep grabbing that. So those is worth about 500 or something. This is the good tester. Perfect. Oh. So leveling will be a little bit longer. At least for now. I'm going to be putting points into the abilities for the next few levels to bolster this up because we need to be able to go.
Hey, do we have any of that Plutonian Nyborg left?
Oh, wow. Good, Nyborg.
I got here today. Always kill these guys here to take the ball. Leave that damage here. And every blast I have will take that damage. It's weird. That's what is this. Where the little monkey? Uh-oh. Get him. See, the other thing that's good about this game is zooming out, and if you hold your mouse button in, with your right click, you can swivel the map around so you can see places that you normally can't. Right? A lot of games don't do that, which is neat. All this. Where are you? Yeah. Getting hurt. Getting hurt. Run away. The 9 feet. Some classes always are like this, where they start sort of weak, and then they get super powerful later on, you know? Everybody dead now? Oh, no, not quite. Loot. Kill this guy. You get what? See, the thing with the weaker ones is that it does 6 misses, but the rub is this has an AoE on it, where if I want to do a quarter of damage, I get 3 missiles, which really is worse than, yeah, it's one of those things like, oh, that's great, man, let's do this. Okay, and there's the potion point. Oh, now I'll show you what I've been doing with those. Go here. Okay, Bob. Okay. Now it's going in physical because most of my physical gets converted to acid damage or whatever the heck it was. And I just recently put a point into this because I'm going to go over here and then get some of these because I want to get down here to one of these over here that needed this. It's got a lot of, you know, physical, physique, a lot of physical damage, stuff like that, right? So that's what you kind of do is if you have a skill that has, forget which one does the physical change. There's one of these down here. Can't remember which one it does. This one, this one. Which one converted? Damage. That's the elemental. I can't remember. One of these converts some of them to physical acid or some shit. Anyway. So, stop the level. Let's just finish that, and then I'll show you where I'll put some points and put it into the. This thing I do is go down there a bit. There's all the ads. Here we go. Finish this area. When you double the density, you get double the Aether crystal. Run. Oops. what I mean about exploding them early? It's like blowing up their own guys. Oh, he's stun lock. Oh. They're on. They're dead. There we go. Ah, okay. Go up here for a second. Now let's see. Put them in there. What's that? Power. Oh, I'm gonna cast her off. Okay, I got to cast her off, so that's good. That only adds 50, but it stuns the target. That's a good thing. Critical damage. That's always good. Oh, ma. 34% chance to lose that. Well, let's just do what we should. More chances to stun them when they hit. That's why you see them stop for a sec when I hit them. Okay. Anyway, guys, we'll come back to this again, and I'm going to just keep playing on until about level 50, and then I'll give you an update and show you some of the equipment. Right, like here's pants I took here. As you can see, I got the basic stuff here. I don't even have gems or anything on here because I want to get something a little more powerful, which at level 30 you can. One of the things you put on here is this one. No, there's like a little red thing like this that gives you plus 8% to 3 of your main abilities there, which really gives you a good boost. And on here, I put this, which plus 16% to all damage is pretty nice. And each of these, you get the +1 to anchorite. Okay. And at this point, the metal itself has a +1, right? So, a little extra there. Got these for hands at this point, right? And these are just drops that I grabbed that have acid and cross burn and offensive abilities, right? See, acid, poison, physical damage. That's the thing there. Physical damage to acid damage. That's one of the reasons why it's up a bit. And then I just put the chip claw on that one there, right? And as a test, I put this one here, which gives me a toggle. I can do the same thing again on the front. We'll make one of these, and you would get 2 toggles, right? But that's, that would be something that would give you extra, right? It takes a lot of energy, though, so you gotta think of doing that, and you have to get the that alchemist's apprentice, and then you can salvage parts off of. You can keep the item, and the part goes away, kind of thing. It'd be nice if you'd be able to keep that, but anyway. Okay, guys, see you later.